Hello and welcome. My name is Trismegistus, and today we're going to be playing some Satisfactory, hopefully, starting work on some nuclear power. I'm going live slightly early, because I want to end slightly early, because Canadian Grand Prix starts at 7, UK time. UK time. Now I just need to check my audio is working. Yeah, audio seems to be working. Game audio okay. Yeah, okay, cool. So, as I say, nuclear power. Harnessing the power of the atom. Just like you like to do. Cool. Right. So we're back at the main base. I did do some work on this. One of the things I did, I've not done it here, but I've worked out the kind of height I want to do this, like, SkyTrain thing, whatever it ends up being. Whether I actually do it or not, I don't know. But I need to make a lot more concrete and iron plate, I think, in order to make it happen. But I can do that. What we need to do is do the actual research that is nuclear power. I would quite like to see. Oh, I drove, scanned. Ah, okay. Leached deuterium ingots. Okay. Sulfuric acid. Sulfur and water. Reaction. So, well. Leached deuterium ingots. Click to expand. So basically, if you put deuterium in, I wonder why is that better then? So 3 to 1 becomes 9 to 6. So it becomes 3 to 2. Okay, so it's a much better ratio. Okay. Molded steel pipe. Ah, now that might be actually quite useful, because 3 to 2 on that, and that becomes 5 to 5. So effectively it goes 1 to 1. If you stick a bit of concrete in, and a bit of concrete's not actually all that difficult to do. So I think we'll probably go with that one. Not that I'm going to do any of those alternate recipes, I don't think, for the time being. What was I going to do? I was going to look and see. So we can't really do that one, because I'd need to go and... I could actually now. That's only 5 things, and I think we've got... Let's add that to the to-do list as well, because that at least finishes off the alien megafauna. We've not found any SAM. Deuterium. Where we want to kind of get to is that one, if we can. Some of these now, of course, I'm sort of making in the other factory. So maybe we could do some of them. And AI limiters as well. I can't remember which one is which. You know, one of them is like, you know, loads and loads, and the others it's not hardly making a tool. I think it's the AI limiters. It's only just trickling out. Do I need programmable splitters though? I don't know how useful they are. Smart splitter. Power switches. Okay, fine. Priority power switches. Guided bullets. Interesting. And this is level 3 poles, isn't it? Yeah, cool. So that one would be one I would want to do. It's really dependent on whether I've got any high-speed connectors. I don't think we're producing... Yeah, we are. We're making deuterium wire. Are we making deuterium wire or deuterium ingots? I can't remember. Over at the other factory. One of the two. Don't really care about them. This would be one to do, but it requires me to switch up the whole oil thing, which I keep failing to do. Power slugs. Don't we need SAM ore or something? Yeah, we need SAMmy bits. And then the exploder would be good. That's a useful vehicle to have. And we could easily hand make 10 crystal oscillators. If we got some quartz. So we know we got quartz because it's sat on a belt over at the other place. Explosive resonance application. Ooh. Radio signal scanning. Oh, let's just scan for... Interesting. And then radar technology. Sort of a meh. Sulfur. That'd be useful, the pocket dimension, but we'd have to make a load of whatever it is, black powder or whatever, whatever it calls it. So yeah, I don't think I'm fussed about any of them so far. But yeah, we kind of need... If I can make alien capsules, I think, simply by like processing some of this stuff, which is all just sort of building up. I think I can do it that way. But we've got a bunch of crystal ocelots already. And capsules, high-speed connectors. Now, did I even bring any back? Because it's basically, we've made these. So we've made the 50 superb computers that we need. We've already got 100 of the heavy frames on us. And then we need 1,000 wires and 2,000 concrete. And I'm carrying 500 concrete. So we can just stick those in right now. Clear up inventory space. Put all of them in that we've got. So we still need 1,000 wires. So let's go and have a look and see. Is it in here to make the... I don't think it will be, will it? Oh yeah, it is. Yeah. So DNA capsules. How many do I need? 10. And they're made from this stuff, aren't they? Yeah. So I can just convert the extra... I think they're spitter bits, or... can't remember. But that lets me make 12. 8, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Cool. So that gets me them. Modular frames, motors. Quick wire is the question, isn't it? Do we have quick wire? Ah, here we go. So we got like a bunch of AI limiters already. So I could do that research that was doing. So I've only got 262 quick wire here. But we need more of them, don't we? So we need motors. Aren't they in there? No? This one? No? I've probably not got any over here. No. No. Let's grab... Oh, I didn't pick the high-speed connectors up, did I? Let's grab the... what do we need? At least 750 wires. So that's... No. That one. Yeah, there we go. So, take, say... that many there. That gets us them. Motors obviously are over at the other factory that's close by. I did add in, so I say I did play a bit. I discovered why I... So at the end of, well, in last week's stream, I was wondering why I had a whole load of extra screw machines and obviously the associated rod machines. And I couldn't work out where the maths had gone wrong. And I worked out where the maths had gone wrong. So we could go and fix that. I feel like that would be fairly tedious though. So is it? Are you, yeah, your motors, aren't you? Yes, I say I don't think I'm actually going to do that, but I do know where the problem is. Basically, whichever it is, the heavy modular frames or I've set it up with like far too many screws basically, so I needed like 480 per machine and I've given it 120 sort of thing. I've just messed up the ratio, is kind of the point. Ooh. So we need, there's a stacker then, that's, oh no wait, no, they're circuit boards, they're not high-speed connectors. Oh, bum. Okay. So if we nip over to the other place, but at the moment we can do a couple, can't we? We can do, is it this one? No, we need the high-speed connector, so that's annoying. What about the, and I can't do that one because that needed Caterium. What was the other one unmarked? Geothermal, the exploder. Can we do the exploder? Yes, cool. Oops. Cool.
Explorer unlocked. This personnel transport vehicle facilitates rapid traversal of difficult terrain and climbs like a mountain goat that has returned from extinction.
Okay, and let's send that off.
Milestone reached. The nuclear power plant produces dangerous radioactive nuclear waste. Fix-It reminds you that any extra limbs resulting from exposure to radiation are also contracted to work on project assembly. Fix-It also reminds you that willful exposure to radiation will not result in any bonuses regardless of how many functional limbs it produces. Project part number 7, the magnetic field generator, should enter production as soon as possible.
Oh,
Any
okay.
unnecessary delays will be noted.
Okay, so that gives us one of the parts. I hadn't really twigged that. I wonder what it is we make related to nuclear. So while we're blasting over to the other place, my intention with this is there's the swamp, basically, is sort of there-ish. It's a biome we've not actually been to in this series. It's where I got my fright that I've turned into a little clip on Twitch and then put on YouTube that gets that random number of clicks every so often. It seems to pique YouTube's interest, and it I guess it promotes it and stuff. But yeah, that was where I got that fright, because it turned out there were spiders in the swamp, and I was not expecting spiders. So yeah, that's where that is. But I believe it has kind of everything we need. It's all a bit spread out, and I say there's all sorts of hazards over there. I think there's lots of like the spitters and all that sort of stuff as well. So it's a bit hazardous over there. But what I think because obviously being the swamp, it's next to the sea, so we can basically build a big platform, I think, and put the actual nuclear power on that with water, and then bring in everything that we need and process it there. So it should be a self-contained factory, hopefully. The kind of caveat to all that is I don't know. It used to be that uranium, like the fuel, basically produced uranium waste, nuclear waste, and you couldn't do anything with it. But I believe now you can either turn it to plutonium, which is like way better fuel. They introduced this change quite a while ago, I believe. But you can turn it to, I believe, plutonium, which, I say, you can't do anything with, I think, or something else. I think it probably goes into the nuclear pasta or something, maybe. So there's like a proper use for it. But that's all me speculating based on half-remembered rubbish. So the question here: am I making the wires, or am I just making the? I am making the wires. Okay. So these will likely have stacked up somewhere, will they? Oh, we've got them in there. How many we got in here? 500. Okay, that's nice. But don't we need 1,000? We do need 1,000. Right. I think it's this one. Is this the one we want? No. Is it this one? High-speed connectors. Yeah. How many have we got in here? So 3. Because it's chugging through a thing. Yeah. So I'd need 105 of those. Okay. Where? Because that's not making. Oh, that is making high-speed connectors. So the problem is the whole Caterium side of life. How many have we got stacked up now? 41. And these look to be, yeah, this is like overflowing with Caterium, isn't it? So I could kind of chunk through if I just sort of grab all of this raw ingot. $60 a minute. And let's see what else we've kind of made. Bunch there as well. So I've now got nearly 7, so we'd need to make 300. High-speed connectors, how much? Because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Got like 500 of the things. It needs cables and I got like millions of circuit boards. Probably not back at the other base though. But this is just like full of circuit boards. Over here somewhere, is it this one? Yeah. So we've got loads of them. So hopefully that's enough to make stuff. Now, we'll make it here though. In case it isn't. I need to grab some more. So, is the wiring? Yeah, quick wiring there. We need 105 high-speed connectors. We might have to leave that one. I don't mind doing the quick wire. That's pretty quick wire. But yeah, high-speed connectors is clearly going to take a while. I'm wondering about disconnecting. If I just disconnect the like the AI, its output, then the high-speed connectors will kind of just stack up. But I notice this is 105, so presumably there's a 5 that we, you know, need for something. But it's one's 100 and one's 5 would make some sense. So if we just sort of make 5. And so if I disconnect the output for the whatever it's called, well, that's 6. They're not slow actually. I think it uses a lot of the Caterium oil though, doesn't it? Because it's dropped from nearly 1,000 to 500. But yeah, we'll chug through this by hand because it's quite quick doing that. I'll disconnect the supercomputers from the storage thing. It'll obviously keep making them until it fills up, but then it will kind of effectively store high-speed connectors, which I'm sure we'll end up with probably 100 by end of the stream or next week. We'll pop back. Because what I'm wondering, I think the geothermal is the one that requires 100, isn't it? Because we could also set some of that up as well. It's irregular because the geothermal vents, they only produce like power when it, you know, when they're erupting basically. So you get loads of power and then tails off. A bit like solar in Victoria. Okay, turns out this is tedious. We do have like, was it 280 or something back at the base? So if we make, yeah, we'll stop there, I think. And say I will disconnect this output, and then it will fill up with supercomputers. In fact, we could maybe kind of help that out. I don't know how many it will store up, but if we do, put 12 maybe. So if we actually put them in the output, then it will stop at some point. But yeah, we've already got 3 more, you see. Cool. The other thing is, well, actually, while we're here, so how many tokens have we got? Oops. Okay. 30. Interesting. So I might get to a point where we could unlock loads of stuff. Yeah, what I was going to say is we need to make a... Is it called a hazmat suit? Yeah, hazmat suit. And that requires fabric. Loads of everything else, but that needs fabric. The iodine infused thingies also need fabric, I think, yeah. Well, they need gas filters. So they need quick grow as well, crikey. And that needs fabric. It also needs coal. So we could grab some coal. Each one's only 2 though there. And we've got a whole bunch of... And just because mycelium's easy to get here. Well, easy. We can chop down a bunch of the... like the weird things here. If I've got Do I have fuel? Yeah. So we get some mycelia. Because you can automate, you know, fabric production when you get the plastic thing. Oh, crikey. What the heck was that? Oh, yeah, this is a 1.1 change. So trees now fall over. Ha! Yeah, so, so I do a falling over animation. Whether that hits you and hurts you, I don't know. Maybe it deliberately falls it away from you. Yeah, no, that didn't hurt me. I'm definitely sure that hit me and it didn't hurt me. Cool. Scared the pants off me then. Wait, I don't think I've got anything in there. But then I'm full up, aren't I? So if we get rid of what? Let's get rid of that. So we've got 67 mycelia. I think that's plenty for doing what we need. Why are we not? We should do some more ammo. I've got loads of the, you know, the rod one. I should really make some more of the proper gun food one. Okay, so let's nip back. We will do these two things. It will probably have... oh no. Pod's back in 2.5 minutes. So by the time we've done messing about, I can have a look at the next one that we might want to do. But yes, you can see this is me working out the height. So basically the getting over the top of that arch was what I was really aiming for. And so this is me finally working out what height it all needs to be. So it will be an enormous amount of concrete and stuff. So what I really need to do is set up just like some, you know, pick every, whatchamacallit, limestone and iron close by and just turn it all into iron plate and concrete. Oh, I guess I should also... I also added some extra coal. Down, you know, the one that's in like this, you know, like almost the sink, you know, the down in the valley. I added some extra coal to that. Put in some level 2 miners. So there's loads of... I could put more coal in there if we do end up with a problem, but coal power, that is. So yeah, we got a bit more headroom. I'd probably end up using it all up if I put all those screws in, but it is what it is. Right. It must be in one of these chests. Nope. Nope. Okay, so we now got 1,000 quick wires. What were we after? We're after geothermogen and a hostile organism detection. Where was that then? So that's the megafauna. Oh, I needed 5 to do that. Okay. Let's do that one quickly then.
Hostile organisms added to the object scanner. Note, it cannot detect the species, only aggression. There are many creatures that dislike you, Pioneer, but I am your true friend.
I am your true friend. So yeah, it's 100 for that. What happened to the... Oh, I did the vehicle, didn't I? Okay. So I've got the quick wire, I've just not got the high-speed connectors. Okay. So if we put... Where did I have it? It was in there, I think. Was it? So put all of that in there. So I could maybe, you know, crunch through that at some point. We don't need any of them. What we need is a suit. Are you in here? What about in here? Where is it? There. There it is. So we need 50. In fact, that's... Can't afford recipe. Can I not pin that then? Okay. That's just rubber, plastic, aluminium. So we need 50 fabric. And that's 1 and 5. So plenty of the mycelia. I just need bio, whatever it's called. Which, have I got any of that? Because I think it'll all have been, yeah, biomass have been turned, oh! Need to do that. Turned into stuff. What are you using to make biomass? Using wood. Okay. Let's put this wood we got in here then. We can maybe... Because we don't want the biofuel. Let's disconnect that for the time being. And maybe stick that back up again. Because that'll make us 300 a minute. We need like 5. I've probably got some as well. And here maybe? Not there. Down here. No. Yeah, here we go. I've got loads of it. Loads of it. And loads of mycelia as well. We also need, was it alclad? We need rubber and plastic. So this will get us I actually need to make the fabric, don't I? Fabric. So yeah, we might as well make all of this fabric. We'll need 50 for the hazmat suit, and then we can turn 20 into the filters, so we need coal, and then turn those into the iodine infused filters. There's a lot of stuff in this. It's like, it's not clear whether automating it is actually like worthwhile. Like this fabric stuff, it's like, you know, I know there is the plastic recipe and I can automate it in that way, but surely at some point, I don't know anything that uses it, so other than these, and it's like, you might as well just make a few yourself, basically. So that's the thing ready to go. There is also a gas mask, which I could put on as well, which is good against the poison. In fact, I thought I had a gas mask, but I guess not. So we need... I could also... Why don't I go and look at that machine again? How many is it stacked up for me? Yeah, it's full. So grab them. We need some coal, don't we? Coal. Oh, that's coke. That's not coal. Nuts. What? Why does it feel like I'm on the floor? Have I not got coal in any of these then? No. 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 Okay. Got loads of coal over here. We will eventually get to nuclear. Eventually, maybe, kind of. But we're lacking it. So I could. Well, one of the things I can do. Fine. Can I not do it like that? No. Yeah. Must be. So we can get rid of that. And then we make the gas masky things now. They're not in there? Maybe they count as equipment. Yeah, there we go. Wait, 10 of them? Why only 10? Because we've only got 10 fabric. What do you need as well then? Oh, you're quick wire and out. Oh, aluminium casing, not outclad. Okay. Put that away. Grab them. And no, wrong. Okay. Wait, 4 of them now. I think it's 1-to-1 on the gas filters, but 3, 8. Right. Yeah, so we made 10. I don't know how long they last. Production rate 3 hours 75. Opening codex. Radioactive parts we'll use with the hazmat suit. I mean, we'd be doing that last anyway, so. And I think it just auto. You don't have to do anything, it just auto consumes them. Okay. I think we're ready to go and mess about. No, we're not. We want some more rifle ammo, really. Is that in here? No. I honestly don't. Why are there 2 of these things? Rifle ammo. What would we need? Oh, smokeless powder. Yeah, I'm not making any of that then, am I? I got loads of rebars, so we can use them. Question then is, what are we taking with us? I think I want to focus for this first bit. Let's focus more on building the sort of platform. And we can put the belts in just using level 1 for now. So if we get rid of that, do we end up with any of them? A really random collection of stuff, don't I? Let's put the steel bits in there. Don't really need that coal. Don't need, like, all of them circuit things. What else random we've got? We could put the Tyrian wire back. Do I need the rubber and plastic? Probably not. Neither do I need that. So we've got a couple of bits and pieces. Okay. What we really want, we've got 4 of those so far. We want loads of them. No. Let's get like 12 or something. Now, in order to build a level 2 miner, we would need some of those, some of those. So we can get the encased frames on the way. That would only let this. Okay, I do need the heavy. Okay. So I need these pipes, don't I, to build the miners? Do I have any regular frames? Yeah, yeah, not many then. How many does it need per one? 10. That's fine. That isn't. That's only 8. Down in there. We want lots of concrete then. If we've got lots of concrete. I completely emptied this chest making that sky bridge thing. Okay. How would we actually build then a nuclear power plant? We would need, we need supercomputers for that. Okay. 10 of, 25 heavy, and then a bunch of them. So if we grab some of that. Did I put the supercomputers in here? Yeah. That. So we need a whole bunch of the heavy modular frames. So we can see, I guess we can see how many the other one has made. But let's take some with us. Okay, so we need regular modular frames. I think we're going to be more comfortable if I also grab some wires, some rods. Let's. I could also build. We could build. Let's do it over the other place, but we need 5 crystal oscillators. Okay. We could build the dune buggy. It's a lot quicker than dune buggy. Memory. Probably turn out that's one of them optical illusion things. It's still chugging away. Come on. Didn't even need to bother with this new factory. Bunch of them then. So I think that's everything. We obviously have a factory over there where we could make things as well. Yeah. I say all I'm probably going to mostly focus on is building the platform today. Weird noise. Yeah, we need encased beams from this factory, don't we? Hello, Jacob Milo. Welcome. Morning, Triggles. Afternoon here. Hope you're doing well. And I guess good morning to you then. I think I've said this on stream before. I really struggle with time zones, but I mean, I get a concept. I know it works, as it were, in that sense. But it's the conversion between the two. If I literally just sit there dumbfounded. If you say, this is going to happen at 3 o'clock in, I don't know, the USA or something, or more specific than that, I don't know, Eastern Standard Time or something. I just mentally can't do the. I don't know whether to add or subtract, basically, and work out whether that's morning or afternoon. I mean, it must, it here, as it were, if that makes sense. It's difficult to explain. My brain just goes, no, it's 3 o'clock. So no, it's not 3 o'clock. Yes, good afternoon to you. I'm in the US in Mountain Time Zone. Okay, cool. Yeah, because the US is behind the UK, isn't it? It didn't help as well, the whole daylight saving. Some countries don't do daylight saving. I know quite a few Asian countries don't actually bother. Like, I think Korea and Vietnam don't bother. So it changes. So it's not even like it's, consistently, convert it this way. Whole factory is stopped. Okay. So yeah, we need a bunch of these. I think that's all we need from here. And then we'll go to the other... We'll zip over to the other factory. How many AI limiters is it actually made then? Not... Yeah, high-speed connectors rather. There's none there. Oh, it's still chugging it. Wow. It's just going to stack up oodles of supercomputers, are you? Okay, let's... Well, I kind of need... I wonder what... Is 50 maximum? It is. Okay. That leaves me with 59. Okay, I don't really want 9 knocking about. Cool. I don't know how many nukes that lets me build. I'm sure we won't be able to sustain it anyway. With uranium's probably pathetic. So yeah, hopefully it'll start stacking up those high-speed connectors and save me a job hand making them. But let's pop in here. Is that all we need? Well, I should really grab some fuel, shouldn't I? I could fuel it with that though. Yeah. Where is my truck? Truck's over there. Okay, let's steal some out of the truck then. But yeah, the Explorer's a bit more nimble and easy to control and stuff, as well as being quicker. Hello, Philip Antic. Welcome, welcome. 9:37 here. Oh, God. It's 4:30. Well, 38 now, I guess. Different. Yeah, welcome, welcome. Hi, hi. Do 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 do. Could do an equivalent to Spidertron this way. You can just... I mean, I suppose this is the same, isn't it? But where you just sort of click on the map and it just takes you there. Ooh. Stuck on a tree. Last time I made my nuclear power here, there is actually kind of everything you need. But I also dropped off a bunch of stuff. Because obviously it needs like sulfur and I think deuterium as well. And there was some like single nodes up on that like mountain. There is my thing. So if we try and make an exploder, boop, and then we steal some fuel from here, pop her in there. Salt. Okay, get on board. What was the other thing? So it's 1.1 now. I did. Oh, crikey! I did play during the week. Finishing off this heavy modular frames thing. This controls a lot differently to how it did before. Not sure about that. It's a lot more sort of twitchy, really. And what was the other thing I found that was must have been a 1.1 thing? Audio's glitchy on this, isn't it? That can't be right. It's like cutting out. There you go. I think maybe it's as I connect to the power things, it's like overriding it rather than blending the two together. Oh, crikey. Whoops. Scratch one lizard doggo. Yeah, audio's weird on the Explorer. How long have you been playing Satisfactory? So I think in total, because this is, I played it when it was in early access, but I didn't come anywhere near finishing it. It was like before the blueprinting, and I think it's version 4, update 4 rather, that I started. And it went through versions 5 and 6. I was playing that over on Epic. Oh, okay. And that was quite a long, there's a whole playlist, so you could probably work it out. But that was like a couple of 100 hours, I guess. But a lot of that was tedious grind. And I actually stopped that series because I got quite annoyed with the amount of manual stuff I was having to do. So there's that. And then this, I mean, this is the 18th stream, I think. And I usually do about 3 hours. So what, 17, 34. So I guess about 50 hours of streaming, and I have done a bunch of other stuff. So I don't know, maybe 70 on this? Don't know, something like that. Right, I should take you over and show you the... So it's very twitchy. It's like when it contacts the surface, it seems to like kick it if you've got any kind of steering lock up. Whoa, like that. Kicks it in that direction. It's not quite as fun as it used to be. Oh, quicker then. Right. So yeah, obviously I took it over here to see how it would all work if I'm going to do a Sky Factory. But what I've mainly been doing here is adding in all of this mining. Whoa! I think I've trapped that there, haven't I? In fact, I've got it stuck somewhere. Huh. Well, it's just deconstructing it. Yeah, so just a quick... I mean, I say I didn't really change anything here. What I did was, as you can see, hook everything up. So all of these smelters are now smelting. All of the stuff is... obviously, it was all connected up before, but I think I did the power as well. I think I did the roof power off stream. But yeah, it's making all rods and screws. And this is the actual heavy modular frame production. So it's done a couple of hundred, or 100. And what it's missing is these modular frames, basically, because this was where I discovered I'd got the maths all wrong last time. So I am starving these, basically. They need 140 a minute. Is it them I'm starving? No, it's not them I'm starving. It's these I'm starving? Why does that seem okay? If it's absolutely stuffed full. Unless this was... Because that's about to be a... I know they changed something. There was a mention of changing something to do with screws on the thing. On the stream video I watched. So maybe that has changed. What are you waiting on? You're not waiting on anything. Oh, it's full. Why is it full? Oh! Well, that would be a problem, wouldn't it? No connecting belt. But yeah, I'm certainly not making... So that would be 140, 280, like 560. Yeah, so it is starved because I'm not making 560 screws to go in here. I'm making whatever this is. This would be 40, 80, 120, 160, 200, 240. So we have literally half the number of screws that we would actually need. Because those other screws are going to these machines. So yeah, that was the shortfall that I discovered yesterday. Hello, Bruce Pumptix. Stuck. Oops, pretty factory. I'm always afraid of sandworms in the desert now since playing June. Yeah, it'd be quite a good addition to this, I think. Don't I mean just going to put this gigantic £6,000 vehicle right inside my pocket? Well, yeah, you know. If I build it... But yeah, that's basically what I was doing, and discovering the lack of screws was kind of the thing. So I would need to add all of that in. I did add in a tiny bit of extra power, but as you can see... In fact, I'm not sure everything is connected up. I think I've missed something somewhere. I don't think, like, some bits are connected. Because over at the other factory, I had way more headroom than that. So I think I think I'm breaking the line somewhere. You know, I've not connected 2 power poles that I need to. Because over at the other one, there was loads of headroom. So I think this and this factory are probably connected. Or, I mean, that's not really a factory, that's a power plant. So they're probably connected. And I know those are connected. And those. So where is the break in the line? It doesn't matter. We're not, you know, we're not going to try and fix it. But that is definitely showing, you know, my production is occasionally, you know, peaking past my sorry, my consumption is occasionally peaking past, you know, pushing that up, as it were, past my capacity, up towards my capacity. Oh, there you go. Interesting. I'm not going to sort that out, but that is... So, oh, no. Ow. I forgot. I've got the popper pack on. Where is the break-in line? That's the big question. Because that's all switched off. Okay. Let's go and mess about over in the swamp. See if a spider can eat on my face. Is there a specific reason for using Mark 1 belt instead of Mark 5 you have on this tier? Specific in what sense? So, I tend to just match the belt to what's needed. There's not a particular grand master plan to it, but if a machine is only outputting 60, then I generally just put, or below 60, I just put level 1 belt on it. Let's see, because we need to get down to that coastal bit again. I think this is the easiest way. Yeah, I always tend to match the belts to, you know, what's actually required, basically. I do that in Factorio as well. Going the wrong way on it. Just go that way. I can say the vehicle control on this is weird. Now whether that's a 1.0 change or a 1.1 change, I don't know, but I'm not a fan. Which is, let me quick. I probably no. I don't like the control on this at all. Let's get over there. Also seems to do with, it's like it's got a turbo on it, but like turbo lag. Or maybe it's meant to represent wheel spin. Just like that, it sort of sets off a little slow, and then where are we going? Not the right way. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this at all. Which is a shame because I love the Explorers it used to handle. Here we go. So we need to go. Woo! Sort of this way, kind of ish. Bouncing about everywhere. There should be a way. Oh, there we go. Perfect time to be looking at power, yeah. It's almost like I was the cause of the power problem. Right, where are we? We're down here, okay. Oh yeah, big hog boys. Okay. Are you? Oh dear. Could have painted wandering around here, to be honest with you. Don't know if it's actually taking damage. I don't think it is. So I'm not hitting it up fast enough. We could hop out and see if we could kill it. Obviously, don't have the hover pack. But I can stand on. Oh no, I can't. Does it not let you stand on top of this? There you go. Oh, it's two of them. Okay. Oh, they throw stuff. Brilliant. Okay. Ah! And jump. Yeah, okay. That could be bad. Oh, and now we're in the water. Right. Should we leave you alone then? Because obviously if I had the... I suppose if they throw stuff, that would be... Or spit stuff or whatever. That'd be difficult to deal with. And I don't want this to... Here we go. Okay. There's loads of them, aren't there? Because there's one of those super... what are they called? Bug things over there. And then there's another one of those big hogs wandering around over there. We might well need, or I might well need to go and get some proper military stuff. But yeah, we will build a platform to start with. Oh, we might as well start it here. Let's go. Okay, that's the grid, is it? So just build it off grid, really. Needs to be in soup. Take it up to say, I don't know, there maybe. Are we high enough? Yeah, that'll do. Okay. Let's have a look. See. So, first off, I do need to confirm, because I believe there's uranium here somewhere. There is. It's a very long way away. Oh. Wow. Okay. It's all the way over there. So if I try and sort of just build this way, it'd probably be better. Oh, other pinks. Oh, then. Oh my god. What is this then? Impure as well. So we're not going to get all that much out of it. Normal, impure. Okay. So yeah, I think where I need to build probably more over this way. So that would be more. So like on that part of the swamp. Yeah, okay. So let's take ourselves a bit over that way. And then down here. I haven't bought any of the enhanced beasties, particularly. I did run one of them over until it died. And of course got the life scared out of me by that poisonous giant spitter thing. Giant spider rather. Over that way maybe? There's another one of those on that edge there, isn't there? Oh, and whatever you are. Okay. Very friendly place, isn't it? Let's do a quick ping then. Because we won't need to... Oops. We know there's sulfur over where that hog is. Go ping there. Which is that one. Any over this side? There's something there. I don't know if that's swamp though. Might be. Could be all the way over there. Because we need sulfur for sulfuric acid. Or at least we used to. Maybe it's all changed. Deuterium. Oh! Something was happening there. What was going on there? Oh! Okay. I'm guessing this will take ages if I use these. It's got long range on it, isn't it? Don't even know if I'm hitting it. Can I look at the map while you're doing that? Okay, Caterium very near that sulfur. Okay, so it looks like I probably do need to be a bit further away. Trying to adjust for bullet drop. I don't know if any of this is hitting it. Looks like it. It didn't seem bothered. No? Maybe that was the tree instead. I don't really need to. Did it die? No. Cool. Good fun. So, established that sulfur and Caterium were probably near each other and probably further over there. What about... We're going to need, like, limestone. Nice ping, fairly close. That's close to there as well. Wow, that looks like the place to be. What about copper? There should be plenty of that here. I seem to remember this is lousy with copper. A bunch of pings there. It's a bit more in though, isn't it? Yeah, because these are like... It's like pure node and there's one there as well. What about iron? I do love the way it does the line out. Like, and there's iron close to that as well, so it really looks like we need to be over there. Okay. Let's take ourselves out here. Oops. Probably turn out that's not actually in the swamp. So we don't really need to be here. So a horrible feeling the uranium that I'm remembering is actually in a cave somewhere. It's like, I seem to remember a waterfall or something like that. Did they make the map bigger in the latest update? No, I think it's exactly the same map. I know, I mean in 1.0 they changed like where the resources are distributed. And like they made some of, you know, they made like more patches, but I don't, you know, by sort of shifting down the purity, I think it's exactly the same amount of stuff, basically. But no, I think the map is basically unchanged. Still has some of its jank in it. Found you from watching your Factory videos. I love this game too. Well, it seems we have a type of game that we all like here. So it's kind of the purpose of the channel is to try and do those. Although, you know, like factory and management type games, really. I've kind of learnt that if I try and do anything else, then people like unsubscribe and stuff. Okay, so we are very close to whatever's going on over here. So let's do some pinging again. Let's see if I can work out where this... Was it not over here? Oh, that's 8 miles away, isn't it? But we could always bring that along the coast. Assuming we manage to kill appropriate stuffs. That was solved, wasn't it? Caterium is somewhere there. Okay. Let's see if we can get closer to it then. Speaking of Factorio, I've been working on the... I was saying yesterday, I'm trying to learn how to do like quick tutorials. Meaning, oh crikey, another one. Ah, what's that there? That looks like it's probably limestone, is it? Yeah. So limestone is right there. What about this caterium? I've got a ping very close. Over there somewhere? Maybe it's on the top. Is it up there? Not sure. Let's get that way. Oh, is that it there? That looks just like a node though. Any beasties on that? Because that looks like one of the gases or fluids. So, ping for caterium. 104 meters that way. Is that it there? Yes. Okay, so we know where the caterium is. Oh, those are just regular guys. He's not a regular guy then. He's not a regular guy at all. Okay, so we know where the caterium is. And sulfur was maybe this way as well. Over there. So I'm sort of pointing at it. Maybe we could do a sort of guerrilla run. Oh, no. That's not in a convenient place then, is it? Wasn't there a gap here? Missed. No? Oh. So it's just cliff. Oh, I think that's out into the abyss, isn't it? Okay. So that's the caterium. So, well, let's have a sneaky peeky. So if we were here... Oh. Gra, gra, gra. Oh, that's not very nice of you. Okay. Oh! Yeah, okay. I think you're going to die there, aren't I? Yeah, there we go. So, oh, that's fun. I appear to be inside the hog. So one of them has punted me off the cliff, and then this guy's killed me. Brilliant. Okay. Okay.
If I had been in charge during humanity's evolutionary process, I would have done something about your more stupid tendencies.
Have you already posted quick Factory tutorials? Still just in process. I want to check them out. So, they are in process. I started saying that, didn't I? And then I didn't actually finish that thought. We are absolutely miles away. And that hog... I guess what I could try and do is like run through, grab Because I'm going to need to build like a ramp down. Okay. I have to time that really well. That's going to be very annoying. When was our last autosave? So 1707. That's this one though, isn't it? That was literally me dying and respawning one. I think. Did I literally die when I would have done a autosave? Sorry, I was saying about the... Yeah, that's... Oh, no. So the fuse has gone here. No, it hasn't. What? Here you go, you see. These are not clearly not connected, are they? What is connected then? Have I got gear on me and stuff like that? No. So I think that autosave... Because it's every 5 minutes. Let's just load that one up. Yes, sorry. Series of unfortunate events right there. Perfect storm, yeah. So I managed to get punted off a cliff and then killed by a thing that's at the bottom of the cliff. Oh, it just plays the noise when it just... I guess that's to remind you, you know, oh, you've run out of power. Okay. The Factoria quick tutorials are... what I'm going to do with them is... I'm testing out a theory... Well, not a theory. I'm testing out a way of doing the videos where they kind of link to each other. Because the whole point of them is that they're just about one thing. Excuse me. And of course, you may, you know, they may not cover everything that someone is looking for or what have you. So the idea of them is that, well, originally they were going to be like 3 minutes long. That's not really... that's not really quite worked. 12 minutes is like the longest one, and the shortest one's 6 minutes. But the idea is that I'll do them in batches, effectively. Because two things I'm testing basically is batch working. So basically, you know, record them all at once and edit them all at once, and then post them all at once, and it'll be like quite infrequent. So, you know, it might be 2 months or something before I do the next load, but I'll do like 5 at a time, sort of thing. That's like one of the things, because I think it seems it's easier for me. I've been finding with the lore videos to sort of batch things up and do, you know, I'll do a bunch of recording of like the audio on those, for example, and then I'll do a bunch of capture, and then I'll do the to camera bits that I do, and it seems to be easier to batch everything up. So that's one of the things I'm looking at with that. And so the other thing is just trying to work out how to do shorter videos and like more to the point videos, and you know, in terms of just the points that have been made. So there are 5 of them recorded, and 4 of them I've edited. I was doing that literally up to before I was streaming. So we need to put this in, because we know we need this Caterium, but I'm pretty sure that sulfur is off the other side of this cliff area. So let's not consider that. But we know the Caterium's there. Okay. I guess one of the things that did prove, at the very least, is that I appear to have 2 power networks where I only thought I had 1. Where they're disconnected, though, I don't know. Yes, so those Factorio tutorials, I'm not sure when I'll launch them. Also, obviously, they'll go live for members first, so it would be a month. You know, even if I get that one done today and I set them live today for members, so they'll be available for a month for members anyway. Because that's kind of the agreement, as it were. If you were to join, you'd be in a very exclusive club. I've only got 3 members, I think. But... But yes, so you know, they wouldn't be live anytime soon for that. The irony is, of course, I don't think, as I understand my the people who've subscribed as members, they also, I think they're all pretty experienced people on Factorio, so I'm really used to them. But yeah, that's kind of you know, what would you call it? The offer, as it were, to get that month of early access. So. I guess I could ask whether they'd be fussed about me, you know, just sticking with straight live. But yes, they are basic concepts. Originally, I thought maybe about doing them as, you know, space age stuff, but it was just easier to do pretty basic concepts, really. And some of it's, you know, it's going to be like a mix of just general, this is how you do it stuff, and, you know, that works for any way of building things, and then also sort of how I do things. You know, where I use special, not special, but, you know, different ways of doing stuff. Okay. A nice big platform there. It probably needs to be lower, obviously, so that we can actually pump the water easily. But what I want to establish now is what I actually need to build. We're obviously not, I mean, you know, I guess I could go out and harvest a load of biomass and all that sort of stuff, but we need power in order to get this started. So given that other factory that's just over the way has collapsed, we couldn't possibly start nuclear this time anyway. What would be interesting, well, is how I would get, because we, ironically, having gone all that way around, we're actually not, you know, that far away from the thing. As I understand it, if I cross over into this bit, it like instantly kill me, because this is like the edge of the map. There's like a border, so we would have to go through all of this stuff. I could always do it on platforms, you know. I don't have to be on the ground, but yeah, we'd have to go through that arch and stuff to look back around. But we're actually not that far, you know. My where is it? I think that's where my coal power is. You know, this is the base. This is like the, that's the hub. Yeah, that's that arch that goes under the thing. So this, the base, like nearest part of the base is there, which, considering I say I went all that way round, we're not that far from it. But we'd have to dodge all of the nasty stuff. So let us look at how this works then, because I have completely forgotten. One of these, I think all we have to feed into it is water and fuel. Yeah, so we don't need anything special there. But the fuel, in fact, that's a point. Am I going to be able to make... No, because I didn't bring any plastic and stuff. Nuts. Okay. That was dumb, wasn't it? We'll have a load at the other base. But yeah, hopefully that explains about, you know, those ideas with the quick in quotes tutorials. As I was going through them, I think there are bits that I could probably chop out and turn into like clips, you know, just sort of little pieces of advice that kind of work more for what I was really intending. But yeah. The other thing, I mean, the thing I really, you know, would be great to get feedback on is whether, you know, whether they work, as it were, whether they, you know, they're useful. Because, I don't know, it feels to me a bit like, I'm just going to say this. I'm not entirely sure I like them. Because I tend to prefer YouTube videos that are a bit more, you know, like scripted and edited. While also sort of fully appreciating that most people just don't care. Right. Now, Hoggy guys. We should be able to just stay under where it's lobbing stuff. It's taking a lot of hits though, isn't it? Although I guess I could be accidentally shooting both of them. Whoops. Whoa. I wonder if that's what actually happened. Maybe it hit me with a... Wow, okay. So that force carries through even though the platform's in the way. Okay, that's one of them dead. Oh, where's the other one gone? You're there, are you? No. Whoa! Dang. Okay, yeah. Whoa! Okay. Right. Have another game. Should put in more of a bigger platform then if it's going to knock me backwards. So I never fought these guys before. Where have you gone? Oh, you're there. Just standing around, chilling out. Let's annoy you then. There you go. That's it. You just stand there and take the punishment. There we go. Cool. Let's pop a miner on then. And then this would end up being something like... Yeah, it took quite a few hits, I would say that. That was quite a lot of damage. Do you just get... Oh, you get 5 hog remains rather than 1. Bit rubbish, isn't it? So it shows these things do something horrible, do they? Yeah, no. Let's say that video that occasionally YouTube suddenly decides to start promoting. I was literally saying they look like spiders would explode out of them, and then I got attacked by spiders. As you do. So, where's my car gun? Where did I leave it? Oh. Did I deconstruct it? I don't remember doing that. Okay, so if we nip over here, and then we can kind of drive back to the other base. What I probably should do, really, is put in like a thing that goes this way, because I think I can go... Yeah, the edge of the map is not... Last time I had a factory that I built all the way out here. And it was weird, because you get to a point with this water where it like stops drawing it, basically. But it's you're not on the edge of the map, you know, you're not dying from... You know, it didn't kill you, basically. Didn't trigger the death stuff. But it was very strange, because I'd be trying to build... Because I had like an underneath, you know, like a basement bit, as it were. And so you'd literally just walk past a certain point, and suddenly it would stop drawing anything, basically. But you're safe, you know. I didn't die, except for the obvious risk of falling off. Oh, I think I also, I mean, I don't know how many people were watching yesterday's stream, but Ultimate, there's one of those lads. Ultimate Plays, the mod, was asking for blueprints of my simple selectable train stuff, so the parameterized trains. So I put a pinned post on the VOD on YouTube for that. So if anyone was watching and was interested in that, you can download them from there. It's just on a, it's just the string, you know, import string for a blueprint book. So it's got the pick up and drop off stations for both solid and liquids, as well as the two train blueprints. So if you were interested in those for Factoria, then you can pick them up now. Okay, quicker to drive over from here. He says, going extremely slowly. I gotta say, this is one of the things I'm starting to, because the whole Sky Factories thing is a bit like the, you know, players will optimise the fun out of a game thing, but I can really see why that's ended up as like the, you know, one of the tactics, because it's like great that it's got a proper map and stuff, but it's also staggeringly annoying. Oh. Okay. Oh, yeah, there's no power here, is there? No. So yeah, I got to work out why my two power things are not connected. Right, what do we need then? We need, I guess we've got some pipe already, we've got some cable. Do we need the Caterium wire? Don't know. But let's take some of them, got cables, we need the plastic and the rubber. We've got stators, motors, rotators, potatoes. We've got some of that. Got some of that. And then, I haven't got all of the aluminium bits. So let's take some of those, just in case. And we've got rods. I don't have screws. I don't think they're using anything. Let's not risk it. Iron plate. We've got plenty of concrete. I've used a lot of the concrete, so let's see if we can cover that. I could put the. Oh, why have I still got those alien proteins? Put them away. And more concrete. Now, got heavies, got regular. I got pipes. Random blue power slug. Don't need you, but I did pick up a yellow. Okay, so let's grab some more concrete. And we top off iron plates. Okay, so can I build? So I can now. Can I build a manufacturer? Yes. So I can make one of them. So I can check out recipes there. Can I build an assembler? Yes, but we could ideally do with more rotators. In case we want to build a few more. Can we build constructors? Yeah, plenty of them. But then you also need like fluidy things. So we can build some water extractors. I don't know whether it does it use, it doesn't use oil extractors, of course, but maybe it uses I think it uses foundries for the sulfuric acid. It could be blenders, but we can make both, so that's okay. Could probably take some more motors. Oops. Motors. But yeah, see about that. Oh, so I've got a nice selection of stuff. Oh, yes, blenders, refinery we can make one of, packages we can if we need that. Batteries would be interesting. I didn't actually do the geothermal thing, didn't I? Okay, it's not that far to come for this one anyway, so... Oh, no. I keep forgetting the power's out. I did wonder about doing, I was saying about the blueprints, making those available. You know, like once I've done a stream. This is Factory, obviously. Well, I sort of know what I'm doing, roughly-ish, kinda. But it feels like it'd be a bit of a pain in the bum. Because they're not easy things to share in that. They're much better in this. I think it does have it Factorio a bit in that sense. Because it's that weird text string in Factorio, and a lot of it looks like code, or you know, like a binary or something like that. You know, an executable. But you've just converted into a text file or something like that. Because that's what it is. I mean, it's effectively them encoding machines and stuff. Wow. Yeah, handling is interesting, isn't it, in this? Let's pop out then. But yeah, I thought about making them, like a member perk or something like that. Work better for Patreon, I think, rather than YouTube. But yeah, I could probably do case by case. If something someone particularly wants. I remember this as well. You'll have seen that colour change there. It just has a random point where it just decides, right, now we're having this filter because we're in the desert, in the swamp. Okay, nearly there. Missed. That's annoying. Okay. Guess there was a... Yeah, one of them nearby. I would prefer not to trigger an attack from them if it's all the same to you. Right. I don't actually know what these spit out, those ones. I wonder if it's just more. Oh, there's a big horde there as well. What are you guarding? Oh, it's a yellow slug. Gets me a better look at what's going on here, though. There's limestone over there, look. Yeah, that's the limestone there. Normal, pure. Okay. There's also one here. Where was that then? Okay. So let's look at our chains. I have no idea. I seem to remember building 4 nuclear power, of the nuclear power things last time. Wait, can you get on top of them? Have you always been able to do this? I don't remember this at all. Oh, it's just great. I can't fall into it. Okay, fine, cool. So it's bound to be a manufacturer, isn't it? Oh, I've not got that. Keep forgetting about not having that thingy. Yeah, uranium fuel rods. Okay. Oh, it gives a little pattern thing for the to show it's radioactive. Huh. That makes 0.4 a minute. I don't suppose you're going to give me any kind of consumption number. Water, 250. Because I think these work like the coal. They just burn it. They don't stop. I wonder if Factorio calculator will tell me the maths on these. Satisfactory. So, no, actually, I need the wiki, don't I? Satisfactory wiki. I'm just looking up nuclear power plant. One nuclear power plant produces 2,500 megawatts at 100% clock speed. I think that's more than my entire power thing as it currently sits. Although, as I say, I think I ended up with 2 networks, so that it might be about the same. So one of them would kind of double what we're currently doing. How much fuel does it use though? So, excuse me. It's 100% rod. Burn time 300 seconds. 0.2 rods a minute. 0.2 rods a minute. So one rod would last for 5 minutes. Okay. So one rod lasts for 5 minutes. And you get 0.4 rods per minute. So in 5 minutes, so if it's 0.4 a minute over 5 minutes, this would make 2. So we could sustain 2 nuclear power plants, 5 gigawatts with just one of these. Okay. To do that, we would need 50 encased uranium cells. The other stuff I'm not fussed about. I'm sure I can make that. It's the whether this one patch can sustain this. I'm sure it probably will. 50 encased uranium cells. Now, where are they made? They are made mildly radioactive. Mildly radioactive. They are made encased uranium cell in a blender. So it is a blender. Okay. Blender. Encased uranium cells. So this makes 0.4 a minute. And if we run it at that rate, or try and run it at that rate, we would need 20 per minute of the encased uranium cell. Okay. And this makes 25 per minute. Excellent. And we would need, so that's only 4/5 at that, so we need 40. We would need 40 uranium a minute. And if this where are you? That one. Okay. Yeah, I have a feeling it's underneath this. You know, it's not actually where you might think. It's like underneath the waterfall. I think it's a long way away and difficult to get to. But anyway, that is a impure one. Impure gives 30 a minute with a normal miner, but 60 a minute with a level 2 miner. So giving ourselves a margin of error. We only need 40. So we could do 1.5 of these, which would be, so that would be, whoops, that would, no, that's B. So 25 times 1.5, 37.5. 37.5 would not quite sustain 2 of these, you know, doubling this. We could overclock to get it to spot on. What would that mean then? So if that was, so it needs 20, and we're making 37.5, so 37.5 divided by 20 is 1.87. So in other words, if we're doing 2 a minute, and we multiply that by 1.875, that would give us 3.75. So it's not quite, we could match it all up and we could sustain 3 nuclear power plants, probably. You know, if we underclock things and da 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 da. Okay. What I don't know, it told us we can make one of the thingy parts. Was it the modular engines? No. What was the thing it said we could do? Are they oh, they are space elevator. Number 4, ship fire spec to complete phases. Project part number 5. Whoops. Opening codex. So can I... So what did it say that we could make? Was it these guys? It didn't tell you what researchers they come from, does it? Because it won't be the nuclear pasta. What else is there? So there's that one. Oh, it must be this. Because we can now make the electromagnetic control rod. So it must be that one we've unlocked. And that is part 7. Superconducting magnets, vast amounts of electricity. Okay. Yeah, because we can make them. Interesting. There, I mean, some tweaking at the other factory and we could start making them over there. Which would then mean that, because we only need to make, only need to make 500. just the small 500. Okay. Where did I get to with that then? So, uranium fuel rods, we could potentially support, as it was, 1.875 of these machines. Cool. And the 50, so that one blend or whatever was going to supply enough of that. Encased industrial beams. So the electromagnetic control rods then. What are they all about? Electromagnetic. Oh, that's that one there. Okay. Even this you are. So they are status plus AI limiters. That's where we need the Caterium. Okay. But that makes 4 a minute. Let's clock them appropriately. So this one we wanted to run at this rate because it produces 2 of those every 5 minutes, which is what we want. So encased uranium cell, we want 20 a minute. So if we clock that down, cell, so it would need to be 80%. So we would need, no, that's just the uranium coming straight in, isn't it? But we then need 12 concretes per minute. Let's build a constructor to see what that means in terms of. Is that okay? So 1 is fine on that. Okay, because that's an 80% clock. So we'd need 36 limestone a minute, which is just 1 limestone patch. That's fine. Sulfuric acid. Yeah. So where is that made then? Is that a refinery job? Sulfuric acid, it is. And how much do we need? Because we get, this is one of those, you get back what, some of what you put in recipes. So we're getting 8 a minute out, but we need to put 32 a minute in. So 32 minus 8 is 24. 8, 16, 24, 32, yeah. So 32 a minute, 24 a minute we need to produce. And this is producing 50. So we actually only want 24. So we need 24 per sulfur, which is just 1 patch. Even if it's impure, that's fine. Cool. Nice and easy. And this is going to sustain 2 nuclear power plants, isn't it? Yeah. And this one, so needs to run at rate. Did I get everything there? So the blender, concrete, sulfuric acid, concrete, sulfuric acid. Yeah, okay on all of that side. It also needs those. Well, it needs the encased industrial beams. What's that about? That is more concrete, but it's assembler. Yeah, 6 a minute. We only need 1.2 a minute, so that's fine. We only need 1.2 a minute. I think this is designed around just like bleeding a little bit of your resources off. That's kind of the real intention of it. So I'm just going to build a factory to do it. So we need only 1.2. So we would need 7.2 concretes. But I suppose this was under by 7.2, was it? No. So we'd need another one of them. making... I don't know if this is a change, but it seems to be when you like do the Q, the Q quick, whatever it's called, quick pick thing. It copies as well, which is really quite nice. But I keep forgetting. But yeah, so 7.2 concretes and 3.6 steel beams. Steel beams are just a constructor, aren't they? How many of them? 3.6 a minute. Because we're so underclocked. So that's just that. 14.4 steel ingots. 14.4 is like way less than a third. But that means 14.4 iron and 14.4 coal. Coal then. I did not check whether there was any coal. I'm not hearing any pings. Ah, coal there. But that is all on the other side of that problem area. So we can either be very, very brave. I could be a brave little Triggles and try and get that. Or we could just root, because we know this coal here. Because I'm literally turning it into electric trickery. So we could just do a big belt over. Okay. There is iron here, isn't there? I'm pretty sure it's close by. Yeah, there you go. Oh, pure iron. Mm. Okay, so we got iron. We got for the steel. We got all of this. All of these are running really, really slow, which is nice. Engaged industrial beams are okay with that. That's that bit. No, wrong machine. So what we need to work out is the electromagnetic control rods. Did I put the machine down for that? I did. And how many would we need? We would need 2 a minute. And this makes 4 a minute. Now, what does our other... You see it's copied the recipe. It is nice there. This one... Oh, okay, that's versatile frameworks. It's quite a complicated recipe, isn't it? Best made somewhere else, I think. Oh no, wait, that's not. Oh, yeah, no, it is using these. But yes, because I was wondering if there's any point, making them here and sending them that way. But it didn't look like it's going to be any easier. But we need that to be there for half 2 a minute. Yeah, so this needs to be half 2 a minute. We then need 3 stators a minute. Right, I'm pretty sure on assembler. Stator. 5 a minute. So this is all going to line up with like 1 machine of each, which is really nice. So we just direct feed in then, basically. So that was 3 a minute, wasn't it? That needs steel pipe and wire. Okay. Build them over here. So steel pipe is just a constructor. And how many do we need? We need 9 steel pipes and 24 wires. Because wires is also a constructor. Yeah, was it 24 wires? I don't know where the lifts live. I know that was an addition in 1.1. I'm guessing it's in the awesome shop. We need 9 pipes, 24 wires. So we did the 24 wires. We need 9 pipes. Okay. So that would then be 13.5 extra steel. Which we could easily accommodate there. So we would be doing... So we go to 0.9 there, wouldn't it? And then 13, so that would be 7. And that's 27.9. Cool, so that's nice. We don't need to mess about with multiple... I probably would split them in the end, because it's just easier to do that rather than super complicated balancing. That gets us them. Don't you need... Well, you need copper ingots. So I might as well put that smelter in. 12 a minute. Easy. No worries. 12 a minute. I didn't check. Okay, that's limestone. So sulfur is coming out of things. We've not needed any iron yet, have we? Steel pipe. Cool. So then we need the AI limiters. Okay. They're going to be an assembler, I'm sure. There. That is AI limiter. So that's copper and quick wire. Copper sheet. How many of those do we actually need? 5 a minute it's making. And we only need 2 a minute. So 10 copper sheet and 40 quick wire. Sheet. Oh, that is exactly what it makes. Lovely. Nice. And then quick wire. Quick wire. Now that makes 60. We only need 40. Cool. So we then only need 8 cateriums. This is what I was saying about, so getting this started requires quite a power investment. Nearby power is just completely turned off. 40 requires 8 a minute, so that's way. And the clock's only basically half the thing. This needed an extra 20. I didn't. No, that's perfect, wasn't it? So we needed 20 hoppers extra, which is more basically. So that's, we would get to 32. So we do need 2 copper smelters. I am disappointed, but that's 20 then. Cool. We got the quick wire, copper sheet for the AI limiters. Is that all it needed? AI limiters. I did the status, didn't I? Cool. So this is all the machines we need to sustain 2 copper sheet, quick wire. Well, is it? Yeah, put the ingot in. To sustain 2 nuclear power plants. And each nuclear power plant produces 2.5 gigawatts. My entire factory is running on about 2.5 gigawatts. So, how much footprint? We are kind of taking up all of this space, aren't we? So we probably need this to be a bit bigger. So that we can kind of put in a second one of them. I guess the other question was the water. What does it say it needs water-wise? So it's 100% clock speed. Each one needs 240 waters. 240 of your finest waters. I think the... Oh, I've done it again. These... how can I test that without... getting a bit too close. If we go... No. Where are you zooming to? There you go. No? No. Okay. But why did it make such a weird noise? That was very odd. Waters. Waters. Hmm. $120 a minute. Each one's using 240, so we need 4 of these. Okay. But it's pretty much 2 to 1, isn't it? It's just we need to put all of the waters from 2 of them into 1 of them. There's no balancing required or anything like that. Oh, I guess we'd also need water here, wouldn't we? So we need 24 waters there, which is not really if it's making 120. Cool. Okay. So yeah, we probably do need a bigger platform. How high above the water do I want to do it? Because it feels like this would be quite a good area building, because it's close enough. I'm not doing a thing, and I'm also nowhere near, you know, encountering the edge problem. I don't think. So yeah, why don't we try and build it here? Thinking maybe can I build us? I can't build a second one of them. I don't have enough heavy modular frames. Okay. Do we nip? I mean, we're very close. How big are you then? That was what I was trying to answer. Well, you're way bigger than that. You're a real big boy, aren't you? So we certainly need 1 more on there. And 1 more there. Would you, if I deconstruct it? You gonna fit on there? Because I got to think of what I'm going to do with the waste for the time being. Is I believe I can turn it into the like nuclear pasta stuff. So it needs to be like 1 wider, doesn't it? Really? Because it comes out, you know, the same place it goes in, but it's not a second side of it that has the output. So we're going to work with that, which means we probably need to go sticking it in a chest that's a bit further in, or out rather. So I think 1 of them would fit there. So yeah, I think that will go nicely there. Didn't they do a thing where the water ones, yeah, they now clip to, so they line up nicely. Oh, that's good. 1.1's a rip-roaring success in my opinion then. Cool. But do I, where do I actually want to put them? Where do I actually want to put them? We do an extra row there. Just think about making it a bit more. So if I come and I want to double it, how do I stick on extra things basically? So how about we go a couple of extra that way. Would 2 work? Where would I set this up? So power, nuclear power plant. Don't think that's a big enough thing for what I'm thinking. So that's on the edge there, you see, and I'm thinking I basically put the water, because it's 2 that it needs. So if we just put them like here, yeah, it's nowhere near big enough, isn't it? Just thinking about putting them that way round. And because that is higher. So yeah, it's going to need to go a bit further back, I think. Where are you? Water extractor. Oh, yeah. Can I clip it now? Where's that? Yeah, why is that not... That's odd. When it did it the other way around, it was fine. Maybe it's because it's the power plant that it clips to. Yeah, why is it not attaching there? Huh. Is it the power plant that it attaches to? So if that was like that. Because that needs to be bigger. Because I need a bit of space of the pipes. There's a phobia of deep water. I don't have it, but it's things like this that I kind of fully understand why, because it's just like the whole thing of something just emerging from the depths, you know. Water extractor. Oh, right, so it is the actual. That's annoying. I take it all back. 1.1's a disaster. Why would you want to clip it onto that rather than on the side? Yeah, you see, it's trying to attach to the actual nuclear power plant. Okay. How would I get it to work then? So if I move this so that it's on the edge here, and then I put where are you? Production, water, and then I attach it like to there. Yeah, so if I take that bit out, could probably do one more. Why are you moaning about? Oh, there you go. So yeah, it needs to be there. And then we put that. No, there. No. Is that what? What are you doing? I guess it's on the edge. Oh, it's slightly wider. Two are slightly wider. Okay. Hmm. But yeah, we can then take this out, basically, and put it where we actually want it. I wonder why they've not had them clipped to the edge of things. And then we can take, you know, the solid material in here. Oh, you're clipping through. Okay. Hmm. Okay. So that's the output one, isn't it? That one. And then that's the input. There's these new pipe things as well. I can have a go with them. So what would that be? Logistics. It's like, because it does the... I think it's too close, isn't it, for that? But it's got like a curvy pipe thing. If I go... Yeah, I think this is all too close. And it would need... See, to me, that... Shouldn't that be closer there? Because they're right up against each other. Let's see if I can get it to... It's doing it that side. Maybe it was just too far away. Come on. Yeah. Yeah. Silly thing. Silly thing. And then it fits with a very, very medium amount of clipping. Fits into a little pond, you see? Fits into a little pond. But yeah, I think I need to move this back, otherwise we're not going to be able to do much with the pipes. Power. Click power. So yeah, we'll put that. Come on. No. I don't know if that's the edge or not. Let's go around here. There we go. That's better. Okay. Oh, it was in the wrong thing. I need it to be one in, didn't I? Because I added on an extra thing. There. Now, are you going to let me do nice pipes? Because what I'm sort of thinking, maybe. In fact, what I keep forgetting to do is adding on a little ramp somewhere for when I inevitably fall in the water. Okay. Logistics. What we got? Are we going with... Maybe we go with that one. And then... What am I actually trying to achieve? I mean... What do I need it to look like? So I kind of just need to combine two together, don't I? So we really... We're kind of more talking about a like nice pipe here. Now, Build mode. Auto 2D noodle. Horizontal to vertical. That's the curve one. Wait, I should use that really, I guess, but the curve's a bit nicer. And then I want, I guess, I want there. The pipe cross. The junction in. Oh, why are you not? Is that not what? Why is that not going in then? Oh, I think it might be the whole type of thing it is. Can I connect junction to that then? Go on there. No, so you can't attach a junction to that. Huh, now it's working properly. Okay. Do I like that bend? I'm not sure. I'd rather have straight. Those are different distances, aren't they? Why is that? Because that's not central. That's fine. I'm not fussed about that. Now, if I get rid of that... Yeah, there we go. Okay. Oh, that's not in the middle. Can't have that. This is your 3D building problem, where you can't really tell. As I think I kept saying in my other streaming series, it'd kind of be nicer in 3D, in VR, I think, that sort of building, because then you'd have depth perception. So we just put that there, connect you there, let's do straight, junction, maybe there. And then we want yeah, straight's okay. Get rid of that. Cool. Okay, then this is the output. And what I'm kind of thinking, because I have now this sort of lane on either side, because obviously need to recreate this here, but we can have stuff that come up and down on these sides. So for these two, what would we end up doing? We would be doing like a sun belt, providing the raw materials, you know, the whatever they're called, fuel rod things, and then we have a splitter, that suppose. Where would it need to be? It'd need to be quite close to that. So maybe that's not actually needed. 3, and then that one there, into there, and then like that. So say I need to recreate the whole thing, that whole thing there, but then the output because really these are, it's on the left hand side, isn't it? So the output for that one should go down the right of there. Okay, and the output from this one, so there would be another one, you know, the waste from the one that needs to be here could come down, because there is a little bit of a sort of gap, so I don't get any overlap. But I could put it on the corner. Oops. So this is for the waste. Let's put that. Oh, oops. In fact, let's do it on this side. So if that's sort of in the middle. So I've put that on the edge, haven't I? So there's like an extra gap. So this would be the, so if that, this is the equivalent of that line coming down. So I want it to look nice and sort of symmetrical. Then it probably needs to be, so not the middle, like 2 over. And then waste, whoops, nearly did it, nearly jumped into the water. So whatever I'm going to do with the waste, we can kind of do here. What am I looking for? Organisation. So if we end up putting in some, so this won't be where it is. Probably have a big row of them and like stack them up vertically and stuff like that, because I don't have a clue when I'm going to get round to it. Yeah, if this is a bunch of industrial storage, then I think that will work. So, first one then, we need to fill all of this in. Why do I times 620? So I think, given I might, you know, I might come back and sort of double things up. We should try and build it in such a way that I can kind of add extra machines on. Yeah. So what we need then is one of these. It should copy the recipe, as I say. It's all very nice now. And the output, say, is, well, let's put that machine there. Let's check what it does. Yeah, keeps the recipe. Lovely. 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 How am I thinking about doing this? Because what does it need? Because one of them's simple. Fabricated industrial beams. Not really. The uranium's not unsimple. I need to be caught. You know, I could just let's just build it as is, as it spaghettifies itself, basically. If I started building it such that, you know, I was using separate rows for each material, we'd soon hit the coastline. And then all sorts of nasty beasties would decide they want us for lunch. Yeah, you see, if I start going over here, we've got you. You're going to get annoyed, aren't you? So I think that's probably one step too far. If not, two steps too far. I think, yeah. In fact, this is probably as close as I can get. Oh, no, there you go. So it looks like maybe got to get rid of those 3 rows. Are you, in quotes, happy? It goes a long way out into the water, doesn't it? What are you doing that for? What are you doing that for, you horrible little monster? So yeah, I'm not sure I can actually build this far over either. It's more so that I don't get, you know, killed, but it's they're not no aggro on the machines. It's not like Factorio. Okay, so this is the kind of area we've got that way. We can obviously build this stuff as well. But I'm literally just going to do one manufacturing. Yeah, I like that it copies the recipe because I can now literally just go and copy and paste the machine over. I don't need to redo the maths or anything. That's very nice. Where am I going to put them then? I guess, I mean, we know, well, we don't know, but we know that Caterium and stuff is like over that way. So it's probably going to come in at this sort of location. I'll probably do an elevated, I'll keep the elevated thing so it's just easier to work, and take those out into the swamp and then just, you know, elevator lift material onto them. But if it's coming in, you know, eventually it comes in and it comes down on a ramp like there or something, well, you know, a ramp. Because I don't want to build past this point. You know, if I wanted to add another, all of that gubbins, I could stick it on there. So yeah, we came down a ramp. You know, oops, wrong ramp. Here type of thing. Or maybe different direction, but come down a ramp there, and that's bringing, say, Caterium, sulfur, maybe concrete, or limestone rather. So they all come in via a ramp here, and then I just sort of route them round as needed, maybe. Yeah, let's put, because I also need to think where I'm going to put that. It's probably best, like on the edge here, maybe. Would it be? Because I've got to do a recycling thing. Hmm. Let's put... Who is it? It's the blender, isn't it, doing the nuclear stuff? Yeah. So let's put you... But you output sulfuric acid, you see. So let's put you... Whee. Could just be a direct feed in, couldn't it? If I get rid of this... I'll move it over anyway. Come on. Clip, there you go. We'll just clip through there for the time being. Oh! There was nothing underneath me. That's pretty horrible, I gotta say. That wasn't very nice at all. Mm. Dark, murky water. Oh yeah, look, there's a gap there. Okay, which one was I doing? It was the blender. Boop. So if the blender is, say... can I line it up with the one on the end? So the blender goes there. Yeah, blender goes there. So I think if we abandon this, if I do extend this, I'd extend it that way. And then we can put the sulfuric acid stuff there. But how many actually outputting? It's only yeah, it's 20 in it, so just a regular old... Here you go, you see, just why waste all the resources if it's just regular old iron plate? So I would need concrete, needs to be coming from somewhere else, but what we need is the whole sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid. But I probably need some sort of tank, don't I? Well, it didn't call them tanks in this, does it? Go a bit further on that one. Do I need a tank? Not really. I could do what I did with the other fluid, couldn't I? So, if you're... What would the output be? So that's the encroaching others clearance. Oh. Because I need... that's annoying. How about I build it over there? Deconstruct that one. And then copy paste that one. So, is that lining up? Yeah. Because I need to bring the fluid back again. Can I get you nice on a... Making sulfuric acid, but there's no solid output from that. So the question is whether we can... Cool. And then, will this fit in? Oh, it gives Clippy... Do I care about that? Don't think I do, given it's just looping back on itself. So that then comes out of there. And connects. We can... There. Oh no. No. Why is that? Because it's the straight? Dang. So if I want to use the straight, this needs to be further over. How annoying. Well, if I do it the other way around, there you go. Be nice if that was like here somewhere, wouldn't it? I'm doing aesthetics. I'm doing aesthetics. Look, Ma, I'm doing aesthetics. Why you give me nice curves when I do it this way round, and horrible ones when I do it that way round? Right, doing a nice curve now. Oh, nice curve. Okay, so because this is underclocked, it's going to make 24 per minute, and 8 will come out of that, which will give us 32 that we need. But it does mean it will take a little while to sort of build itself up again, or build itself up to working, basically, but that's fine. We don't really care about that. So we need to bring sulfur in. We also need the extra water. So this is where we can put in this extra. Now, what you see, it doesn't clip to it. I don't know about that. Oh, that's in line with the other one. Okay. But we need it further down anyway, which is too far up. So if I just like put one there, maybe. Because the water's on that side. That's annoying. Okay. So if I put in, we only need like, yeah, 24 sulfurs. So we need nothing really. But if we put one of them guys on, and then we see about maybe doing straight pipe here. Is that where we want our straight pipe? That's where we've got our straight pipe. Now, will you line up your clip to that? Okay. Oh, I saw a dotted line. No. Oh, yeah, no, yeah, no. So it won't clip to it, but it will tell me where an alignment is. Okay. So if you go there, but we don't want that one. Can we do the? Oh, they all look identical. Okay. But maybe if I put this on the edge, if we live on the edge, why is that not giving the? I think that's basically the same. We're living on the edge. Oh, that was curve, wasn't it, though? Yeah, I don't want curve. Straight. Nice straight lines. Order from chaos. Is that going to give me the vertical one? I guess that's vertical. Not what I would call vertical, but there you go. Okay. So it now has water. We need to supply it with the sulfurs. But other than that, and obviously there's electricity as well, but we know we're not doing anything there. By the way, there is an enjoyable irony that I spent 2 streams and all sorts of hours building the heavy modular frames factory in the desert, and then as soon as this stream starts, the power blows, and I just leave it. I put the blender in, didn't I? Yeah. So we can get rid of the blender. And I put this in, didn't I? Yeah. Get rid of that. And this one that was temporary. That. Should really. That's quite nice how that lines up with that, isn't it? Oh well. Cool. Doesn't one of the didn't it also need concrete? Isn't that a thing? Oops. Concrete was a thing. Sulfuric acid. So the uranium's going to be coming in as just an input, basically. So how about? Oh, it's got 2 liquid inputs. Interesting. But yeah, how about we do another conveyor lift here? Oops. So, and I can just work on connecting something up at some point. Now I can just have the concrete, because we need concrete for something else, don't we? But I think maybe 2 machines is. So I'm already adding on the rows that I said I wouldn't put in. You need encased industrial beams as well. How about we put those next to, would they be, no, there. How about we put those next to the blender, because that's the other concrete demander. Are you not going to line up nicely? No. No. Oh well. So this also needs concrete, as well as this. So if we can bring the concrete along and split it in there, then that would be quite nice. We can make encased industrial beams, and we can take those, do a, whoops, nice little curve there, and a nice little curve there. So yeah, it needs the concrete. Did I establish? I think it's just one concreter. So I put that machine in. Yes, it's one concreter, but 7.2 a minute there. I mean, I could just massively overproduce that. You know, so we don't have any, I could just split it, you know, because then that would need, because that only needs 7.2. Oh, huh, where's the concrete coming from for this thing? 12. Did I make a second machine? Because this was just on 7.2. Maybe I didn't build that one. Or maybe this is it. This is it. Okay. So I've got one doing 12 and one doing 7.2, which is just one machine, but it's not a nice even. But then if this was running at rate, no, it's more than 2 machines worth, isn't it? So we need the 12 one. Yeah. Needs to supply this guy. So we put that there. That's the 12 one. Which 12 again? Just a regular one of them. And then we can have the other one next to it. In fact, let's go copy paste it. So I don't have to fiddle about with it again. Now there's a good quality of life change. Oops. So you. What's this machine there? Steel beam. Oh, that's the other bit. Okay. So this should. Don't line up nicely there. What does it? How close is it? Very close, isn't it? Maybe if we move this one over then? Let's copy paste it so I can retain the ratio. So keep that connector there. So we want this machine lined up with your output. That'll do us there. So, now if you need 7.2... No, you need 36, and you need 21.6. So it isn't 36. So if a level 1 miner is making 60, that's more than half of its stuff. So what we probably need to do with the line item is just overproduce it at the other end. and then we can basically throw it in. So we'd need like a level 2 belt. You know, we bring effectively 60 down, so we oversaturate everything. And I don't need to bother with complex balancing. But yeah, we can then put. We don't need. We did need to put something in there. But I can adjust that. You see, I can have it so it's coming along here, type of thing. But this is a raw. Where did I establish the limestone was? 6:45. I am wanting to end this a little bit earlier than normal because I want to watch the Grand Prix. So it's over there as well. Everything's all over here. It's like it was designed for nuclear power. Okay, so we're basically going to get all of these 3 resources coming in from some belt, you know, that runs along an elevated platform over there. So I need that one is. This was the uranium, so that might not be coming in there, but that's fine. But then that's. Get rid of that machine, didn't I? These are both the limestone, and this is the sulfur. So how about we try and get them to come down aligned with this, and then I want the stackable jobbies. Where do I want them? Maybe we do say like on the corner or something, and then we do like them. What we got then? No, it wouldn't be that one, would it? It'd be. In fact, let's do that one. Yeah, it didn't quite align with them, so I could extend that though. Oh, there, Ed Red, welcome, welcome. Though, what is the name of this game? This is Satisfactory. It's yeah, it's an odd name. I mean, it apparently so one of the community managers, Jace, was basically saying, or former community manager was saying that he actually objected to the name because it's obviously a jokey name. It's you know, oh, this is a satisfactory game. You know, it's that sort of it's like a pun basically because you're building a factory. So it's a satisfactory game to build a satisfactory factory. Yeah, it didn't line up with any of them, does it? Really? Why did that go weirdly janky? But yeah, it's quite. I think it's a very effective name. It's very sort of. What in the heck is going on with that belt? Oh, it's horizontally misaligned. Why is that then? So this needs to be like there. Yes, this is Satisfactory. I also play the game that this is based on, and that's not me being nasty or anything. They deliberately said this is a 3D version of a game called Factorio, which you may be familiar with. Is that nice? Is that nice lines? No, that's not nice lines. Why is that not nice lines? So it looks like low is to. I can't put this. I don't think I can. I think I've got. It's like a. You know. One or the other, really. Yeah, that's like. It's annoying, isn't it? Ah, well, I guess we'll have some jank somewhere then. Yes, this is Satisfactory. Aim of the game is to. There's a whacking great thing in the sky. That going up there. We're building this basically. So we are making. This is something. I can't remember what it's called. But this is a space elevator basically. So this line here takes things up to build this, and we are slowly building that. We need to make all of the components for it on the ground and send them up to make that and have that do whatever it does. I don't really know. That's the story part of the game. But other than you must build it, I've not really had much of them the plot really. Let's just have that going there. Wait, that's nice and straight now. I must have been connecting it to the wrong one. Ah, okay, fine, whatever. And then this one, we can go, you know, a bit up or down. I don't know where it would need to be. Maybe like that. And we can also turn it on an angle. And we'll have a see where that matches up, because I can elevate that. Apologies if that comes through. There's idiots in this estate that drive their bikes up and down like it's a racetrack, making a lot of noise because they're mentally 12 years old and don't really care about anybody else. Cool. So that should get us around that corner nicely. And then, does that connect nicely? Oh no. Why have you done that? What am I'm set on straight. So default looks like it has a better curve on that. There we go. It's odd, isn't it? Okay, and this needs to be, well, hopefully that's the uranium. So that's what needs to go in there. This is the limestone. And this needs to be level 2 belt, because what I want to do is have... We'll just finish this little bit off and then I'll pack it up for the day. We have... Where do we want to put this? Maybe we put it sort of... there. And then... there. I'm thinking this goes on there. And we could just... rather than me do a... because if I do one of these guys, it's not going to line up. It's going to be lined up with that one. We've already got something on that level, so I don't really want to do with that. I don't think that looks too bad. Just a nice gentle curve. Like that. Challenge is going to be remembering what to hook up where. But yeah, we know we've got limestone over there, sulfur over there. Well, the sulfur though, do we have sulfur over there? We do, but it's on the other side of that cliff, don't we? Can you show it to me? I've got sulfur. Oh, I put the sulfur thing on that. Okay. So maybe the sulfur doesn't come... Yeah, I can maybe attach it to that. And we could just do a sky belt, as it were, that runs along. It goes that way. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so that's our concrete machines put in. Something like Factorio. Yes, it's basically, so it's 3D Factorio, basically. That is kind of what they built it as, you know. That's what their intention was. And you do a lot of the same, you know, you're making iron plates, you're making steel beams, you're making, you know, all sorts of stuff that's basically very similar to Factorio. It's loads of, you know, copper wire, copper cables, you know, it's all very, very, very similar. What I have, I mean, because one of the things that makes this a bit trickier for me, and I think a lot of players is, you know, if they're like, particularly if they're Factorio people, is that obviously Factorio is always top down and it's very grid based and aligned. to everything. It's easy to build, but what I have, but I can't use because I got no power, is this hover pack, and that would allow me to go up and like look down on it all, which would make this a lot easier. But I don't have any electricity, so it uses electricity to keep you, you know, in the air. Okay, so the next one then, because we're going to do 2. Oh no, that's ingots, wasn't it? Was I just going to do 1 of these? So it's going to make 27.9. Yeah, I combined it, didn't I? Because we only need 14.4. Okay. So next one is going to be the steel. I think we'll put that on. Because this is sort of independent. Because that gives us the encased beams. Where else is the extra steel? Isn't it steel pipes? If it is, I can't find them. Copper ingots. Copper ingots. There you go. Steel pipes. Okay. But that's copper ingots. So, could do the same thing again. We could run this basically at rate. Because we don't actually have any other iron demand, I don't think. Everything else here is weird stuff. Steel pipes and wires. So that's the steel pipes. Stators. Well, that's what those are. AI limiters was just... limiters, copper sheet and quick wire. Yeah, so it all becomes coppery after that. Do we have iron ore in that direction? We do. And in quite a good place, I think. Okay. So, I may well just continue with this, because obviously power is a problem. So nothing else is going to happen. I have been playing kind of other things, basically. I've been playing Doom the Dark Ages, which... it's okay. I actually prefer Doom Eternal. I know that's relatively controversial, but... I don't know, it's a bit sort of... I said this randomly on... I don't think it was yesterday's stream, but... it uses a parry mechanic. And to me, parries are just quick time events. And it's like... aren't quick time events rubbish? So yeah, it's very, very generous with it though. It's fine. But yeah, so I've been playing that and something else as well. But so we may well return and this is exactly the same. I've not done anything, but if I do, then I probably will continue this so that I can take the power over to the other base and get that running again. Yeah. And once we've got a good amount more power, we should be able to start work on at least one of the other space elevator parts, assuming I don't decide to go like Sky Factory in the interim. I suspect... Let's just go with the schedule. Go back to the schedule, and I will knock it on the head for today, so I can go watch the Grand Prix. That's it for today and for this week, and I will be back with exactly the same next week. So we'll be playing Factorio on the Saturday, where I'll be continuing the parameterization series. I would quite like to go back to doing the actual parameterization stuff. Now that there is a mega base that needs grind to make more intermediates and raw resources, etc., I can do that whenever. So I would quite like to go back to the parameterization that is the point of that series. You know, particularly around the trains, a generic train system. But we will see. We will see. So this one, I either, if I do something, I will continue in this, I think. So we get power, but otherwise we will pick up exactly where we were, and we will continue on next time, basically. What I was wondering is whether if I do think, right, let's try a SkyTrain factory, you know, build it way up high and what have you. I think that might be a bit tedious to do on stream, so I may end up pausing the series for a stream and just sort of come back when that's all built. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how I feel. So yes, next week is the same. The week after, I will be going to see my dad. It's Father's Day today, so I did phone him, but I'm going to take him to see the Formula One film, and so I will be away the following weekend. So the weekend of the 26th and 7th and 8th, that weekend. I'll also be taking a little break because I have a deadline at work on the 25th, so I'll be a bit knackered from that. If you're watching on Twitch, then you can also watch on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, you can also watch on Twitch because I restream to both, so you have the option there. However, YouTube is the only one with the VOD archives. For anyone watching yesterday who was interested in the blueprints for the selectable train system that I did, the parameterized trains, I put those blueprints in a blueprint book, and that's available as a pinned comment on yesterday's VOD. So if you go to the Factorio parameterization series, the most recent VOD has a pinned comment with that in. It is a importable text string in a Google Docs thing. So if you really wanted to grab that, you'd have to import it. So you can get at it that way if you really want it. But also, as I say, it has VODs of all my series, so that series, this series, but also loads of Factorio I've done if you wanted to go back through the archives, like my Blueprint series, my Aesthetic series, Bob's playthrough, Crestoria 2 playthrough, my Mega Base series. So yeah, loads and loads of stuff there, as well as my original series on for Satisfactory, Tectonica, Dyson Sphere Program, other building and management games. What there is also on the YouTube is my videos where I did a whole load of analysis of the Friday facts that as it build up to the space age, and then I have recently started a series where I'm speculating about the lore of Factorio. I've done 2 videos that are live for everyone. The first is on the engineer, what I think the engineer is, and the second is how you would shatter a planet, with a sequel coming about why you would shatter a planet. The third video is on Folgora, so it's a topic about that. That third video is only available for members, though. If you want to get early access to any of my videos, then you can do so by becoming a member. Membership is £4.99 per month, nice and cheap. And I'm also working on, there will be some quick tutorials. They're not really, if you're experiencing Factorio, they're way below you sort of thing, but I'm giving those a go as an experiment, and it would be good to get feedback on whether people like the style. I'm not that keen on it, but it's quite easy to make those videos. So at the very least, some feedback on that would be useful. If you want to follow me on socials, then Blue Sky's the one. Basically, I don't really use either of the others, but there is a Discord and I do have Twitter. But yeah, I only really post on Blue Sky, and even there, I don't really do much. So that's all the self-promo stuff. If you have been watching, I hope you've enjoyed it, and you might consider coming back for another one. I've been Trismegistus. This has been Satisfactory. Thanks for watching. Cheers.